like our players are in. Looks like our players are in. Perfect. All right. We could do them the thumbs up.
Yes. Yeah, I'm checking the list to see if there is anything interesting. There has to be
These
some
ones are
reason
pretty stuck.
why Zicrown is such Shally Balloon Man.
Which one's that?
The one for haste that creates 1/1 tokens seems a bit out of place in this deck list.
Oh, Balloon Man.
Yeah.
Right. Balloon Man does a lot of funny things in this deck. It works really well with sort of the fair plan. It can copy a Johnny, flip it immediately, make a copy of Skyclave Apparition, do the full thing, copy Ranger Captain. Copying Ocelot Pride is great with it.
Yes.
Uh, Having spoken to Zicrown before, that's their like main fair tutor target when they're just trying to not be combo.
Uh,
Is what it sounded like.
both players 1 to 6. Mox Mango started. There is still enough. Mox Mango doesn't have a lot of creatures you would expect in an Enchantress deck, like a the Core Spirit Dancer, for example.
For Light Paws, Core Spirit Dancer and Stram is just kind of too slow. This deck is just trying to kill you as fast as possible with Light Paws in general, and they don't care about actual card advantage. We're going to see the Mana Dork taken out here on 1. We're going to see another Mana Dork hit the field.
Yeah. The Secretly sound 4 different one mana dorks.
Yep. Right. There's also the Orcish Lumberjack, if you count that one.
Yeah, that technically is also a mana dork.
We're going to see Light Paws cast here. Now, the only card Zicrown could have up right now to answer that is Swords to Plowshares. But we aren't going to see any auras hit the field.
Yep, swords.
There is the Plow. Expect we're going to see a 1 mana aura to protect this.
Galadriel's
Galadriel's
dismissed.
Dismissal also works.
So, Life Pass right now doesn't exist.
Yep. Will not exist on the battlefield until Mox Mango's next turn. Now, the normal way you protect it is play a 1 mana Flash Aura, and that'll go find a Shard Mage's Rescue to give it hexproof until end of turn. But this also stops any sorcery speed removal, which namely Skyclave Apparition, Prismatic Ending, and Flage in this case. See a Guide of Souls hit the field, and an attack.
Curious if I know you win by attacking, but like, do you really not have any 3 drops in the hand?
Yeah, it's never what you want to see. We're going to see a Lightning Bolt here in the upkeep. And, yep, this is one of those 1 mana flash auras. So this is going to go find Shard Mage's Rescue and save Light Paws from this bolt.
Or do you just find, yeah, mask?
Or, yeah, Mask of Law and Grace works. Ethereal Armor also would have worked there. See a Mother of Runes at the table.
I don't think that's
If
relevant
this Light Paws
anymore.
doesn't... Yeah. If Mox Mango doesn't have another aura, Zicrown could have a good few turns to fight here. One of the biggest uh, actual measures in this matchup is just speed. We're gonna see. I expect we're gonna see both decks execute their game plan, both pretty consistently, and it's whoever can actually either reduce Zicrown's life to 0 or get the full combo off first. We're just gonna see a hit for 3.
It's important to mention the fact that one of the few weaknesses of Lipos is actually white, because you cannot really give pro white to Lipos. If not, you simply lose a lot of auras.
Yeah.
And this Rocco necklace is going a lot more deeper for the combos. Like,
Yeah.
this necklace plays
Yeah. This is
gamble.
our list that's on. Yep. This is our list that's on Heliod. This Heliod Spike Feeder Ballista as the backup. So we got more tutors than usual, more devoted to combo than usual. Bit less of a backup plan, but Jolly Balloon Man helps to patch that up. But I
Although,
don't expect we're gonna see too much Jolly Balloon Man in this matchup.
yeah, I don't think, unless you draw it, I don't think you can go for the backup plan here.
Yeah.
Talking about the
Hey, it's
devil,
the Jolly Balloon Man. Speak of the devil. This one doesn't, because you have to sack it in the end step and it's only activate as a sorcery. Copying Delighted Halfling, you can't do it like a Fable trick to make an extra mana by copying the Halfling, sadly. So we don't actually see the 6 mana for the Rocco for a Moonblessed Cleric for food chain here. But we are going to see a Guide of Souls. We're also going to see a Guide of Souls trigger here.
yeah, I'm assuming this is mostly just for the live.
Yeah.
Because Balloon Man cannot block Light Pose.
Yeah.
Uh, the kind of sun stock should be
Ooh.
gone, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah,
There
it
it
should
is.
be. This Hyena Umbra is going to go grab the Ethereal Armor. And that's now going to be a ton of real pressure here. But
So,
notably, white creatures can still block it. So yeah, now this is going to be an 8/7, if I'm correct. No, 9/8 because of the seam rip. Yeah.
uh, I'm curious what those Mox Mango have in their hand. Maybe like a march? Because this
Yeah,
is.
yeah, it could be a removal spell. Could be something like Restoration Magic. None of the auras would be held, and I doubt any of the lands would be held up here. could just be swords to plowshares. It's likely something interactive.
Something silly here is casting Rogo for one. Uh, the only problem is this loses to.
See a Molten Gatekeeper hit the field.
I think I still
Expect
prefer
we're going to see
the Rogo for
I
one.
expect we're going to see this. Yeah. Let's Rocco for one grab here. The
Ocelot Pride,
Lumberjack? Ocelot Pride? Yeah.
and you
One of
can.
the scary things about doing that is that Light Paws, if it hits any 2 mana enchantment ever, can just get protection from creatures
Yeah,
or
no,
flying
but
or
I think that wouldn't be enough time because you play Rocker, you get Ocelot Pride, you copy Ocelot Pride, you gain the City of Blessing. So
yeah.
you get like, what, 10 life that turn or something like that?
That is a fairly absurd amount of tokens. And that's the power of Jolly Balloon Man in this list, especially with Ocelot Pride, because you get to keep a copy of the copy Balloon Man made.
That's game.
To Zealot's
No,
Conviction.
that's maybe not game 10.
What does that grab here? Cartouche? No, I don't think that one can kill here.
I don't think there's a kill.
Yeah, just finding Shard Mage's Rescue. So it can swing for lethal, but Guide of Souls can block.
Oh, March.
Nope, it is the March. So yeah, we're gonna see Guide of Souls get exiled here. Gatekeeper cannot block Light Paws because it has protection from red, and we're gonna see a crack for 13 here.
I will say this plan didn't work last turn, the Ocelot Pride shenanigans, because of the March. You would have to match the Ocelot Pride. I don't think you can beat that.
Yeah. All right, going into game two, still pre-sideboards here, but Rocco's on the play this time. Let's see if it can find a or combo forward hand.
I do think that Lipos is the favorite deck here because it's just faster. Like, the faster Rocco wins are faster than Lipos, but you need a lot do to go well to do that. Also,
Yeah,
I just
I'd need
noticed.
to. Yeah,
Uh,
I think Light Paws is slightly faster on average, but it's definitely pretty close. Both of
it's
these are some of the faster decks in the format right now.
it's important to say that Zicrown is not on Spirit, guys, or Lotus Petal.
True.
So
Uh, yeah, this is a mana dorks for the fast mana deck. This deck is going a bit slower and more stable than a lot of other than some other Rocco decks. Ancient Tomb and Gemstone Caverns are also in the mana base, but getting up to the 6 mana Rocco lines is not as fast as some of the other ones, Dale.
mm,
True One
that's
Wastelands.
aggressive, saying that you have a Shadow Elves in the board.
Yeah. Going for the Wasteland here is really interesting, especially since Zicrown's already up on the mana dork.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we're trying to cut off mana here. Plateau into a Batcher Cub. it'll make this plateau into a 1/1 creature. If whenever you tap one of your creatures for mana, you get an additional green. And if this plateau is exiled or destroyed, it'll return just as a tapped land. We're going to see a Curse of Silence. This is an interesting aura for this deck. It can make a chosen spell cost 2 more to cast. I don't imagine we're going to see it sacrificed.
Yeah.
Because this is open deck lists, we could just see a name on Squee and make the combo harder to execute. Yeah. So now a Skyclave Apparition would have to hit the field first, or something of its ilk.
Food
We are
chain.
going to see the food chain. Potential 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, and a Boseiju on that Curse of Silence.
Shouldn't you cast Rock Affairs to make possession cheaper?
But now we have 6 mana for Rocco. You can just go grab Squee.
Oh, that's true. 2, 5, 6.
Yep.
A March will be on
Yep, so that'll
devastating.
be. Yeah.
Oh, just quick from hand.
Just cast Squee from hand.
It's just that easy.
But, yep. Yeah, here the win line is you can just cast Squee as many times as you like. With Food Chain, you can exile it to add 1 mana more. And you can cast Squee from exile, so you make infinite mana of every color. You will then just cast Rocco. This deck, you'll go grab the Molten Gatekeeper that we saw in game 1, which says when a creature other than Gatekeeper enters, it deals 1 to each opponent. And then just continue to loop Squee to death.
That or grab Razor Captain, grab Walking Ballista.
Yep, that is also an option here. But now we get to go into the sideboarding, where Rocco has a couple interesting ones. Disruptor Flute is fine. Haywire Might, Night of Autumn, and March can all take out auras. And interesting card, Redirect Lightning.
Yeah.
A
Lipos is also really prepared for Rocco apparently. Kaitar Commando to destroy Food Chain, Curious Farm Animal to destroy Food Chain, Damping Sphere to stop the combo, Disruptor Flute to stop the combo, Door Creeper Troll and Torpor Orb to stop ETB shenanigans.
Yeah, Torpor Orb and Doorkeeper Thrall shutting down both the Rocco and Skyclave Apparition, being one of the big answers, is very powerful. Fragmentize is an interesting option for this sideboard. It can take out the food chain, but only if the turn is passed. But yeah, this Damping Sphere, Curious Farm Animals, and Disruptor Flute, I imagine are all coming in.
Also, Winter Moon could be interesting, but I don't think this is the deck you want it on. Because with Lipos there is so much you can sideboard. Eventually you just can't put enough cards
Yeah.
because the deck falls apart.
Yeah, I could see Winter Moon coming in, but both on the number of mana dorks and general speed of Rocco, I think it's probably best not to. Especially given how many other sideboard cards you can bring in with while keeping your main plan actually intact.
So Interestingly enough, Torpor and Torquepeto specify that they have to be creatures or artifacts in the case of the troll, which means the, the auras from Lipos still trigger.
Yep. Yeah, these aren't just shutting down all ETBs, it's specifically of the ones that Light Paws doesn't care about. And we are going to see that Curious Farm Animals here on 1, newly released from the Avatar set. So 1 mana 1 1. If it dies, you gain 3 life. And for 2 and sacking it, you can pop an artifact or enchantment. With the great type line creature Boar Elk Burdox. We're going to see that turn 1 Ocelot Pride. Showdown of white 1 mana 1 1s. But one's a mythic from Modern Horizons 3, the other's a common from a recent set.
I don't know. Hard to decide which one is better.
It's it's a hard decision.
Also, clearly, it balances stuff. Ocelot Pride has First Strike and Lifelink.
Yeah. Yeah, Ocelot Pride does just win combat with this one. But funnily enough, Lightpaws could flash in an aura onto the farm animals to eat Ocelot Pride.
That will be hilarious.
Yeah.
I think that's what.
I would be surprised to see a block and then something like a solid footing or sell its conviction, but it is possible.
I don't think. I think you just don't want to risk it because this is just the backup plan. Oh, set that conviction.
We are gonna see the Zealot's conviction on the Curious Farm Animals. This gives it +1. This is a flash aura that just gives it +1/+1. It's gonna eat that Ocelot Pride. Amazing. Oh, and then we're also gonna see a plow on the bird. We're gonna see that cat cast.
Come on, Kirus Faramiwas, you can do it.
Yep. Only interactive spell that could be up right now for Rocco is Lightning Bolt. Redirects lightning is on, but there's not a target other than farm animals to redirect it to, which still triggers Light Paws.
I think Zicrown has it, but he's doubting if doing it right now.
Yeah. Yeah, this reads like there is Lightning Bolt in hand. That's the only 1 mana red or green instant that can kill Light Paws in this deck.
It could be Worldly Tutor too.
Oh, it is a Worldly Tutor.
The
Not
backup.
sure exactly which creature is going to be grabbed here then.
I'm not sure. Skyclave makes sense.
Skyclave makes sense.
It's important to
But
say the
this
backup
enters.
plan is also good in this deck. Like, Lipas cannot deal infinite damage, so.
Yeah. We are going to see all 3 duels. We're going to see that Skyclave cast. I imagine we're just going to see a Light Paws target.
Yeah.
And I would not be surprised by another Protection Aura, especially if they were willing to burn the Zealot's Conviction. Yeah, here comes a Gift of Granite. Largely just another Flash Aura. This is going to go grab the Shard Mage's Rescue. Yep. Yeah, that gives Light Paws hexproof until the end of this turn. See that
Boxcar.
Mask of Lawn Grace.
Sopra red. I'm assuming
Yep,
that grabs Ethereal Armor.
yep. So it was 3 power. Now it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Yeah, so now Light Paws can get in, still holding up the farm animals activation.
No.
Ooh, declining. Hold up the activation, getting Skrelv down.
That is risky in my opinion. Like, there is no
Yeah.
enchantment removal for one mana in that deck, I believe.
There is Prismatic Ending, but yeah. Oh, in Light Paws, yeah.
Sadly, I don't think
We
Zicrown
see,
has it. Well, maybe
yeah.
if the last card is
Well,
food
there
chain,
is.
that is enough.
If we see a Badger Mole Cub, yeah. If they have Food Chain here,
What
looks
color
like we
is the
don't.
land?
That Savannah is a green-white land.
No, I believe still colorless, I believe.
Oh, you're talking about, yeah, yeah.
For
Um,
the matters of blocking lampas.
I believe it is colorless.
Yeah, yeah, I checked the
Yeah, target land becomes a 0/0 creature with haste, still a land. Yep, no color defined. So this land is still colorless. We're
I
gonna see
think you
Light Paws
block with
getting in.
Skyclave?
Yeah, Skyclave seems right here. That's the one that's not adding mana. Yep. So Skyclave will die. If we see a land drop here, could see Rocco cast X equals 3 and go grab the Moonblessed Cleric, but his farm animals is not going to make it easy to push through here. But we are going to see that land drop. This might be a situation where you need to get onto the backup combo in this deck, which is Heliod Spike Feeder or Heliod Ballista. Heliod being indestructible gets around the farm animals.
Nope.
We
Going
are going to
for the...
find the cleric. Not sure how Rocco's going to get around this farm animals then, unless there's another.
Uh,
No, a bolt in hand doesn't save it because Skrelv is up.
I think if
Perhaps a longer
I
line
think if
here.
Box just throws an Aura, he's dead. Secret is dead.
Yeah, if Mox.
Yeah.
Ooh, sheltered by ghosts.
I don't really think it
This one
matters. That could be
isn't.
blank text into blank text and you still win.
Oh
Because...
yeah, no, this can exile the. Oh right, yeah, can just go find the flying aura. Yep.
And it's not even necessary. Scrap could give it unblockable.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. There's an aura in this deck called Spirit Mantle that gives equipped creature enchanted creature +1/+1 and protection from creatures.
Yeah.
But we're just gonna see the Brilliant Wings, which gives flying, and Light Paws is gonna crash in for lethal here.
I'm curious if that worldly tutor on a creature was a oh, the Skyclave was a mistake. Eh,
Yeah, especially given the Zealot's conviction we saw earlier, it seemed really likely that Light Paws had another 1 mana flash aura ready.
I think
Seems like it might have been best to actually go just try to combo out over top.
yeah, I would just have grabbed Heliod. Like Heliod
Because,
is
yeah,
basically
because both of
unkillable in
these,
good kill.
yeah, because both of these are combo decks essentially, but Light Paws combo, it just deals you like 40 damage over 2 or 3 turns. Rocco goes properly infinite.
Not only that, because how Light works is like you just combo helium spike feeders, you could do nothing the rest of the game and you're still going to win.
Yeah. But
Mox Mango's on 6 this game, which is normal.
yeah. See that turn 1 mana dork as usual. It is fun that this is a format where we can still see actual factual Llanowar elves showing up in an eternal format. Because this deck doesn't get 4 copies of Birds of Paradise, doesn't get a Deathrite Shaman, doesn't get a Noble Hierarch.
I don't know. I believe. I don't know what else is still played in Legacy Elves, which is still technically a good deck. Not great, but good.
Yeah, and yeah, and actual factual elves is a deck in this format. To see that mountain, potentially 3 mana here on turn 2. It's also worth noting that Cavern of Souls is going to be one of the worst lands for this matchup, uh, given that Zicrown isn't playing counter spells.
Nothing for 3 mana?
Interesting. Not sure what that means.
That means
I don't believe
probably.
this deck has any flash creatures. This could just be holding up something like Lightning Bolt and Plow. Ooh, a Torpor Orb. Wouldn't be shocked by a March here.
Enlightened
Casting
tutor.
an Enlightened Tutor.
I'm assuming
So
grabbing
if we're
food
on
chain.
the So if we can deal with this and combo through it, Food Chain is the obvious grab. We could just see a Disruptor Flute grabbed here.
Haywire Might.
Haywire Might. Alright, trying to just splatter this Torpor Orb. Grabbing the answer for it instead. But one reasonable option being Disruptor Flute. You can get that down on Light Pause. The deck generally doesn't get up to that much mana, and it can be hard for it to win without Light Pause itself. It does play a couple naturalize effects, so it can deal with a Disruptor Flute, but it still can be very effective. Ooh. We're just gonna see Haywire Might take out the orb, and then no other play,
And no land.
including no land drop.
What does Zicrown have in his hand then?
Yeah. Ooh, we're gonna see the Lash Knife. This is a aura that if you control a plains, you can tap an untapped creature instead of paying its cost. Its only other text is that it gets first strike, but this is gonna allow Mox Mango to go grab the Brilliant Wings to give Light Paws hexproof. On top of the flying to make it nigh unblockable for Zicrown's deck. I don't believe there's any creatures with. I mean, there's a Birds of Paradise that can block, but yeah, if there's any other auras in hand, this is a very bad situation for Zicrown. If we can't get a fast combo off.
I'm assuming Zicrown have food chain in hand. I don't think this hand is playable if not.
It's also notable that Light Paws could hold up a 2 mana Flash Aura. There's not as many of those. Um, I think it's just Feather of Flight right now, but Name of Autumn.
There of
A
Autumn.
2 mana Flash Aura can grab at instant speed a Sheltered by Ghosts, which can help deal with the food chain. But Night of Autumn is going to take out this Brilliant Wings. But given how this tapped, it seems like we don't have a follow-up Lightning Bolt or Plow.
One of the advantages that Zicrown has right now is the fact that Mox Mango is color screwed right now.
Yeah, having both the Cavern of Souls, which is just a colorless land except for Light Paws in this matchup, and the Gemstone Caverns being colorless, that's only one aura per turn at this rate.
Which is most likely just to uncover once drawn on turn 1. Always on time.
Ooh, and we're gonna see a Wasteland. And then a pass. So we might not have any other auras. But it seems fairly likely that we have a Flash aura still just bent on protecting this one.
So March could technically be up. Like March of Otherworld Light.
Mm,
This deck is
that
mono
is true.
white. So like you could just exile something to exile food chain if necessary.
Yeah, you don't see March as much as a actual pitch interaction in this format, but it certainly does do that. So if we have the food chain and a creature in hand, that could be a win attempt this turn. We're just gonna see Squee cast.
I'm assuming that was drawn soon because well, it's hard.
Yeah, that's never when you want to draw on this deck.
I don't know, it does allow for some faster combos.
Yeah. But we are gonna see the second land for Mox Mango, tapping immediately. Setting up Benevolent Bodyguard. Just another protection piece. We are gonna see an attack now.
I think you just let it pass. Yeah.
Yeah. Now these 2/1s could attack, but that's taking out later food chain mana.
That's a land.
Yep, Command Tower, not a bad hit here. That turns a lot of white cards back on. And then just a pass.
What's on Zicrown's hand? I will say Ready Reclining is funny if you can force the Benevolent Bodyguard. Uh, no, it only changes target. It doesn't allow you to change how it works.
Yeah.
Oh, card.
Ooh, and we're gonna see a cord for 3 here in the end step. That's probably grabbing the Moonblessed Cleric.
Yeah. Miku card. Miku
This
card of
is
calling. Clearly, chosen
yeah.
specifically.
We love the Hatsune Miku secret lair. So yeah, if Mox Mango doesn't have interaction here, this could be a win after on this turn.
Also,
Food chain with the squee already in play.
uh, if Zicrown has Rhetoric Lightning on their hand, this will be a protected win unless you have two different ones. Because,
Yeah.
like, if you try to march or uh,
Yep, putting that food chain on top.
uh,
Yeah, redirect lightning is a pretty huge printing for this Rocco deck recently.
yeah,
That card has been quite good. So for Light Pause, redirect lightning can change the initial aura, but Light Pause will still trigger because it's still an aura entering under your control. And the second one is always attaching to Light Pause without targeting.
we see the food
We are going to
chain
see the
card.
food chain cast.
And it's not an instant concede, so Mox Mango does have something.
Yeah. Seems like a Cathar Commando, maybe? We're going to see the Squee cast. Here's the.
Fragmentize is a sorcery.
Ooh, that is a sorcery here.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Rocco, you really needing instant speed interaction is one of the reasons we've been seeing a lot less Fragmentize and more of cards like Erase, being a 1 mana exile target enchantment at instant speed. It looks like the combo is just working here. Uh, no, we are going to see a Doorkeeper Thrall cast in response to a Rocco. Or Thrall. Oh,
uh,
and we have the Walking Ballista in hand. Yep.
yep.
So that's just going to be able to pop squee for infinite mana, cast that ballista for uncountably infinite size, and ping down Mox Mango. Going on to game 5 here. Seeing a good and interactive set, which is always fun to see out of a combo mirror. There's always the fear of it just being both decks sending as fast as they can,
This is game
but
5, right?
we've seen a lot of. Yep, yep, both players are at 2 wins.
This is a hard case in the fact that you do need to choose, try to turbo out the wing with Rocco, because
Yeah,
being on the draw is a heavily disadvantaged position. Box
yeah, I
one
do
into
believe in each of
6.
these games it's been the player on the play who's won. See Mox going down to 6. Zicrown going down to 6.
Funnily enough, we haven't seen any Ragavan on the Orcish Lumbersharks in turn 1 from Zicrown.
Yeah,
I'm assuming Ragavan got
yeah,
sided out
none of the
on.
cool red one drops
Uh,
here. Hmm? Oh yeah, draw.
Talking
Yeah,
about the
speak of the
devil.
devil, here's that Orcish Lumberjacks. This is a 1 mana 1/1 that can sack a forest to add 3 in any combination of red or green. This is one of the faster cards in this Rocco list. This thing can really help to power out some pretty speedy combos. With this thing, you can send Food Chain as early as turn 2. See a Voice of Victory.
uh, I no, you shouldn't do that. Because you could, like, you could technically, if you play a Sabana, cast Rokoton 2 for 6 mana.
Yeah.
No, for 5. But this is, if you have both sides of the combo in hand, this is a turn 2. Or do you actually need just the food
Well,
chain? Because it's
yeah, I think,
like,
well, that's 5 mana for Food Chain. Food Chain, 2 mana floating. Pop Lumberjack, that's 4 mana. You need to have one more creature in hand to add +1 mana with the chain, but that's up to Rocco for 5, which can go get a Johnny or Badgermole Cub, which lets you make enough mana to cast Rocco for 6. Or Rocco for 3, which gets the squee. Or see 3 damage go through.
it's interesting the fact that Zicrown played nothing with a Voice of Victory in play.
Yeah. Both players playing some of their powerful cards on turns 1 and 2, and then nothing. Seiju now means that just casting Food Chain without another creature in hand would be the full thing. This can just also be cast Rocco X equals 3.
And
Ooh,
Dash
dashing a Ragavan.
Ragavan. I got a TM from someone.
Finding a March.
Let me block this person. Oh, Ragavan hit? That's
Yeah,
devastating.
Ragavan connected flipping March. So I'd be surprised to see the all-in to cast this on the voice, given that Rocco isn't that interested in playing at instant speed, but... Yep, just see a bird come down.
This is a lot of mana right now.
Yeah, that's 23. Yeah, it's 8 mana showing from Rocco right now. Yep, we are going to see Light Paws come down here. And another Kraken for 3.
This is a weird case where I'm assuming Mox has something to prevent the win, because if not, why not just cast the protection spell now? You have poise.
Yeah. But I don't know what Light Paws could actually have here to stop it. Because March is gone. Doorkeeper Thrall, potentially?
I
But,
uh,
yeah.
will see two
It
mana
can't be the
first.
Cathar... It can't be the Cathar Commando, because that costs another 1 to activate. Seeing an
Feather
elf
of
at the
light
table.
for get shelter by ghost.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because yeah, Feather of Flight and Brilliant Wings are both flash, and those can go grab the Sheltered by Ghosts.
no Ragavan attack.
Interesting. Yeah, no cast on Rocco, just an elf.
On the
I
voice of
see a
victory.
Triclopian Sight coming in on the voice. I see a March on the Light Paws. Sure looks like it.
Or on the voice. It will be risky though on the light pass.
Oh, yep. Oh, Triclopian Sight is also a flash one. I hadn't
Yeah.
noticed that one. There is 3 flash ones. But yeah, March on Light Paws is gonna work. Voice is a bit larger now, but don't think that one's clocking too hard still.
It is for
4
Fortune.
damage is a decent... Yeah, 4 is a decent amount, but that's still 4 turns in play. That March certainly bought Zicrown a good amount of time.
I think soon you will have to start sacking your. You will have to sack your Savannah for mana.
Yeah. could see Rocco try to set up a. Ooh, here's 6 mana. Here comes the Rocco. I expect grabbing the cleric, unless one of the. Ooh, here's the doorkeeper thrall. Um, but yes, unless you have one of the Heliod or Spike Feeder in play, I expect it's trying to grab the cleric. Ooh, sacking the Savannah going for a lightning bolt is risky here. Yeah, given that Shard Mage's rescue. If we have a redirect lightning as well, this could be better. But we
Nope.
do not.
I don't think you had to do that. Even if that
Yeah.
wasn't great.
Yeah. See, Ragavan cast. I expect this isn't actually dashed because that doesn't do anything. And we've now got a clock of 6 coming in. We might just see the fair beatdown of 2 hate pieces. This could actually be a Rocco and Ragavan trading into the Voice of Victory. If we find a forest, that leaves Rocco with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It still leaves Rocco with 8 mana, which is enough to Rocco again if it trades here.
But you still have Doorkeeper Troll.
Yeah, that's true. Right, how does this deck beat a Doorkeeper Thrall? It has the Lightning Bolt we saw, Prismatic Ending and Plow are still in, I'd imagine.
And
Those two are really it. It's either those or naturally assembling Heliod Spike Feeder or Heliod Ballista. We're not going to see Voice of Victory attack here, though. That's interesting. But that Skrill coming down means we really need to deal with the Thrall this turn. Flage attack is also an option, but I don't think they have the time for that anymore with this Skrill hitting the field.
but Fleet's attack will give you the life, which is interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, Flage could potentially stabilize this board, but it's still not winning. But it would force Mox Mango to go deeper on things.
3 mana. Squee. Yikes.
Squee. Yep, if I can't imagine we have the food chain in hand given the Rocco for 3 cast. If we can find food chain off the top, either with drawing it or something like a Malevolent Rumble or a Gamble, we could see we could see the Squee casts. Ooh. Skrelv giving unblockable and hexproof from a color to the Voice of Victory. That's interesting.
Red.
Yeah. This is only a push for 6. You might have to block just in case of an aura happening. Trading off the Lumberjack. Ooh, that's very interesting. Trading off the Lumberjack into a token that'll die, blocking with Squee and blocking with the Elf. That's cutting off a lot of your own mana. It's also not choosing to put Rocco back in the command zone.
I think Zicrown was playing to his only out that is throwing food chain.
That's true. Yeah.
The thing is,
Yeah,
what's the chance?
if we see a Flage cast this turn, that could be something if Mox Mango also doesn't have an aura. Because it would tap the bird to do so, and then Voice and Thrall can get in for 4 total.
5. No, yeah, 4. Because you will block with Dragapult.
Yeah, you can block the 2 tokens with Flage plus Rocco or Ragavan. Certainly a strange position we've gotten into here. The light pause pivot of play 3 hate bears, and then just kill you with them.
Is that the food chain? No, sad squeakcast.
Just recasting Squee. So yeah, if Mox Mango has almost any auras here, with our commando jumping in, don't think that matters too much right now.
It is a
But it does
3-1.
certainly, yeah, it does certainly help also shut off the actual line. You good?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I wasn't going to catch myself to buoyant myself, so I tried to buffle it as much as I could.
Okay.
Been a bit sick last week, so still recovering from it.
Mm. Ooh, casting light pause. Do we have an aura? We have an aura. That should be lethal here. Yep, Zicrown can't cast any spells, has no mana up. His Brilliant Wings is just gonna go grab all that glitters or something.
But that gets
And
attached
then
to
we are just going
Lipos.
to. Or, right, it can go grab.
I do think the brilliant way should have gone into the. Oh, but you have red. It's basically the same thing.
Oh, yeah, protection from red. Attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Either in the air or protection from red. Yep, that'll be lethal. And that'll be our third
I'm
place winner.
hoping Zicrown will reveal the rest of their hand.
Yeah. Um, yeah, very unorthodox game 3 here with
Yeah.
both players floundering a bit after not being able to do what they want. But the backup plan of just attacking with some hate bears with some auras on them certainly can get there too. And the protection spells for Doorkeeper Thrall, just also working as that is a scary prospect when they have the hate bear. So it was Knight of Autumn, Ranger Captain, and Worldly Tutor.
Yeah. Zicrown got unlucky and at first of all never tried more lands.
Yeah.
He drew the Orcish Lumberjack with only having one forest in hand and never drawing another.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a bit sad.
Also not drawing Voice of
Mhm.
Victory.
Mhm.
Voice of Victory would have been really different this game because instead of having to like kill little crippled troll when it came down, you can just don't do anything past the turn.
Yeah.
Go to your turn, untap, bolt it, and that's it. Oh no, but that happened on their turn, so not even you cannot just you just can't flash in Dark Patrol.
Yeah. Well, that was a good set of games.
Yep,
We're going to see the 3-2 over to Mox Mango. We had a good interactive back and forth combo mirror.
which is
And
weird
that's what you love to see.
because this
Yeah.
format often the combos just don't interact with each other and just try to raise each other.
Yeah, most of the time you expect combo decks like that to be sort of trying to ships in the night pass by each other and just racing, but no, we saw both decks here slow down a bit and try to respect the other one. Very interesting.
And you know what was the sideboard plan for Rocco?
Yeah.
Because you have a lot of cards to bring in because but what do you side out?
Hmm. Yeah.
I'm assuming decided out the fair combo plan.
Yeah, that might be it.
Like I would have sided out
But
Molten Gatekeeper, Ragavan, Shonibalu, man. Probably no, you have to keep Gamble is the problem.
yeah, Gamble's a tutor, but
Yeah,
yeah, might have even boarded out Flage here.
yes.
Could be something like Flage, Balloon Man, some other
I guess
fair card.
keeping Ragavan here.
Yeah. But, yep.
I think
And our
that
last match for this Titans is our finals.
I think I will
All
stop
you
the
folks at
stream for
home,
now. Thank you for
yep.
watching.
All you folks at home, thanks for tuning in. Stay tiny.